Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Joplin Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons. Probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and at the end of the lesson, and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I already learned this song by listening to it by ear, just from a YouTube thing.
Today?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
But because I knew we were doing it, and so it's very exciting.
Yes.
And I really love the song.
Yeah,
so,
well, and it's really repetitive too. So even though it's crazy fast and it's really hard to play, there's just a really short part of it that you need to know. So
yeah, I practiced it over and over. It took me forever.
Yeah, learning the notes, that's not bad, but getting it up to speed with the track and stuff, nah. It can be a beast, but we'll get into it. No problem. And Clapple's here, and he's always wanting us to move along, and especially on songs like this that might take, might take a little bit of time. We need to make sure we get into this stuff. So let's check out our first song, our first notes here.
we're gonna need 3 Ds in a row, but as you can tell, like the third one, there's something weird about it. So first thing, let's find a D. In order to find a D, you're gonna take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there, or those ones right there, or those ones right there. Any of those would totally work. I'm gonna use these ones right here, and we're gonna play the note that's in the middle, and that's a D every single time. So you don't even need to know that it's a D really. You just need to play the note that's in between 2 black notes, and that's the first D that you're gonna play. And actually, that's the second D that you're gonna play as well. So we're gonna play 2 of those, just like that, and we're gonna say the words take a. So we're gonna play take a, just like that. Go ahead and try that on your own. Take a. And then if you found that D, we need to find a D that's higher than that, because as you can see, this next D is gonna be way, way up. So we need to go up. It's gonna be about 8 notes up to find your next D. And I just went to the next group of 2 black notes up here and played the note that was in the middle right there. So we're gonna play 2 of these, and then jump up to this one. So they're all Ds, but the last one's gonna be way, way higher, and that's when we're gonna say the word deep. So you should practice that on your own, just playing take a deep. And as you can tell, I use 2 different hands for those notes because it's so far away. Now, if you're a really advanced player, you might wanna use your thumb on this one, take, and then use your pinky on that one to play it all with your right hand. And if you got really large hands, you can reach them at the same time, which is kind of cheating, but you know, whatever. Take a deep. Now, next we're gonna need an A. So in order to find an A, 2 different ways you can do this. Either one, just believe me, you can jump down 3 notes. So go down 1, 2, 3, and that would be an A. But if you want to count backwards through your alphabet, that would be a D, that would be a C, that would be a B, and that would be an A. So that's gonna be an A. And then after that, you need another A, but it's a kind of a funky version of an A. So this one right here has an A with like a little, I don't know what this is. It's like a half of a heart on a string. But it's a flat sign. In music, we call that A flat. So that just means play not the A, but the note that's slightly lower than an A, just slightly to the left of an A. That's gonna be this note right here. That note is an A flat. It's like really close to an A, but it's a little bit lower than that. So it's gonna be an A flat. So first we play the regular A, and then we play the A flat right there. So all together you would have take a deep breath, face, all of that right there. And it's gonna go crazy fast when you play along with the track. So the track's gonna go something like this. If we just listen to the track, it'd go like this. So that's the speed of the track right there. Yeah, so eventually we're gonna have to go bum 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 ba da bum. So if you listen to the track, you're like, what? That's crazy fast. You're right. It is crazy fast. Don't worry about the track for a long, long time until you practice this thing up. Next, after that, we're gonna go to a G and then an F and then a D. So let me show you how to find those. Last note that we played was an A flat. If you just drag that slightly to the left, you land on a G. And if you go one more to the left, you land on an F. So it just kind of like goes in a line here, like this, right there, from the A flat to the G to the F. Then the next note should be an E, but they skip over an E. So you're not gonna play an E right here. You're gonna skip over it and go to that D right there. So a deep breath, face the con, not the E, but the D, sa. We're almost done with the whole entire song, actually. Last thing we played was a G and an F. We're gonna play a G and an F again, because after it plays G and F and goes down to D, then it comes right back up and plays the F and the G. So we're gonna play G. If you haven't played very many of these songs before, you are not ready to go all the way through the entire first line. It'll take a lot of practice. But once you practice it, you should be able to come back to this recording, or if you're in the archives, just pause the video right now and practice this thing until you think that you're ready, and then we'll all play it together, starting on this D right here and going up to this D right here. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Face the consequences. All right, maybe we don't go with the track so much.
I'm
what the
trying.
Track. No, I know it's weird not having the clicks in there. So take a deep breath, face the consequences. That's the way that whole thing is gonna sound. And then really good news, because all you have to do after that is repeat all of this. That all comes back right there, and right there, and right there. Those are all the exact same thing. All they do is they change the first 2 notes. So on the first line, they play D-D, which is D-D. And then ba 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 whatever. And then after that, on the next line, they're gonna do the exact same thing, but start on a C, which is just the next note down. So we're gonna play C C instead of the D D, and play the exact same thing up here. Ba 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 ba. And then on the next one, you're gonna go one note to the left and play two B's right there. Ba bum ba 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 ba. All that stuff that's over there. And then the very last one's gonna be a B flat, which I think you could probably find at this point because you know that this was a B. And flat means the note that's slightly lower than that. So that one right there would be the B flat. So two B flats, and then that thing. And if we play that all together without the track, it would sound something like, well, of course, if you're in the archives, then you can play along with the track because you've got the track. And also you can pause the video and practice this as much as you need so you can play all the right notes with us. But let's try this all together. If you're live with us, just get the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest, even if that's only just the first two Ds. Let's go 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. No, without the track. Good try. Good try. Sorry. One more time. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Face the consequences. I may not know what your stupid deal is, but even as the world falls to pieces, I will not break, won't be, oh no, not break, won't be defeated. Oof, yeah, so I messed up the words down here, but that's kind of the idea. And if you're thinking, wait a second, there's another part that goes on top of that part, even though that thing, there's another part that goes, and if you know that part and you're like, wait, I want to play that part too, that's fine. But that is part 2, and that's all down here, right there. So we're not going to go through all of those note for note, but if you understand how to do the first entire section, I'm sure this one will not be too difficult for you. I'll play through all the notes for you so you can come back to the video and watch this. But it would go, broke it down and dragged it out. So that's just a bunch of Fs and a D. And then did exactly what you weren't supposed to. And then took the love all for yourself. Trying. That's a lot of notes. Last line would be, now you reap what you've sown. Okay, so that's all of that section, but those are all really crazy fast, and you don't have to do that. It's like learning an entirely separate song, because what they do is they play this, and then another instrument plays another song on top of that, another instrument plays another song on top of that, and they keep layering and layering and layering, and we only got 2 hands. So we could play the first 2 sections, but then we're out of hands. But what we're not out of is weekly activities. Kendra, tell us all about it.
This week is the bass clef spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points for my mascot penguin Kloppel. This week is the bass.
Okay, and that's kind of a tough one, actually, for most piano players because we're used to the treble clef stuff. So it's really good practice for the bass clef. That's something called sight reading and music theory. But right now we're going to do something called ear training. Today we're playing Wedding Wars, which is one of my favorite ones just because of the title, actually. This is almost as fun as, what's the other one that we, knock an old man down or something. What's that one called? I forget. Anyway, Wedding Wars. We're going to play 2 songs for you. Either I'm going to be playing the wedding song that goes, or I'm going to be playing the Star Wars theme, which goes, and you're thinking, easy, no problem. I can tell the difference between those 2 songs, but the trick is I'm only going to play 2 notes for you. So I'm just going to play either this, 2 notes for you, and you're thinking, oh yeah, that's Star Wars. And that one's called a perfect fifth. If you're in Kloppel Academy, that's important to you. But either a perfect fourth, and she's going to help you know whether this was a perfect fourth or a perfect fifth. What about this one right here? Does that sound like the beginning of the wedding song or the beginning of Star Wars? All right, one last time.
Hey, that's
fun. For some reason, I was expecting Star Wars, and so when I heard it, I was like, wait, that's not Star Wars.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going with the wedding.
It is the wedding song.
Okay.
Yeah, good job. So that was a perfect fourth. Let's try another one right here. Oof, okay. Listening along at home, what do you think? That's the big... Yeah, cool. All right, one last one. Let's do this one right here. The wedding song or Star Wars? Kendra, what do you think?
I think it's a very twinkly version.
So, that was Wedding Wars, which means now it's time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week is from Lily May, who does her own amazing piano covers, and she says, how do I add in chord tones if my hand is too small? Well, here's the trick. When you're in level 4 or level 5, and you try to add in chord tones, you don't have to add in that many chord tones. Even 1 improves the song a whole lot. So when you're trying to add them in, just add in like 1, whatever one is most convenient, and sometimes I don't even add in 1. So like if it's a really fast song, or if it's a really fast part of a song, then I'll just play 1 note at a time, and I'll just try to like add in at least 1 additional note, especially right when the chord changes. Now, for a lot of people, these words mean nothing to you. So this is just for people who are like on level 3, 4, and 5, and you're like trying to add in your own notes to make your own arrangements and stuff like that. So just try adding in like 1 note, and then just really focus on the chord changes. So usually like the beginning of a measure, try to throw in 1 chord tone there. But you don't have to play all the notes that I play. I've got relatively ginormous hands, and I have a lot of practice, so I play a whole bunch of extra notes just so you can see like what the possibilities are. But you're not supposed to play all those. You're just supposed to play a couple of them. So that's the mailbag, and that means all we have left is secrets.
Secret information.
And this week, in our secret information folder, in our top secret folder, we learn about our song. Oh yeah, this is actually really super important. So this thing that we're playing, this song, is almost like not even a song. Honestly, this thing right here, that right there is something called the D blues scale. So basically it's not even a song. It's just like playing like straight through the notes. It'd be like if we were playing like a C major scale, like. Actually, that is a song too, but that's a C major scale. That's like joy to the world. So some songs are just scales, and this song is just the D blues scale. The last thing on our top secret folder, not everybody needs to know this. Not everybody would even understand this, but this song also includes something called a cash. That's a C-E-S-H, a cash. And that's this thing right here, the beginning notes on the, if we can go to the PDF, the beginning notes that we have, where we have the D, and then the C, and then the B, and then the B flat, where it just like keeps going down. It's the same exact notes, but we just take this thing and we keep going down. That's called a cash. So that's just like taking a regular chord or a regular melody and then moving that bottom note down just a little bit at a time. You can even go like half steps. You could do like. So that's all that's happening here. That's why this other part stays the same, because that's the deal with the cash, is the top part stays the same and the bottom part just moves down a little bit at a time. But not very many people understand what a cash is or what a blues scale is. But now you have the secret information, and now it's time to find out if you were the raffle winner. go to sing. Congratulations. Let us know what prize it is you want. Let's all do it on level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.